Months after speaking out for dissidents that went missing in China, a prominent Chinese publisher is detained herself. Her friends are now calling for her release. NTD's Juliet Song has the details.
Beijing police detained a prominent publisher along with her husband this Thursday. The publisher is an advocate for dissidents, and her supporters suspect that's what led to her arrest. Her lawyer said authorities charged her with illegal business operations, and that's the only thing he knows so far.
What I want to do the most right now is to see them as soon as possible.
Geng Xiaonan, the publisher, is well known in China's cultural industry. Over the years, she hosted many events for independent artists and scholars. She's also an outspoken advocate for dissidents. After a famous party critic was arrested this July, Geng had been actively calling for his release on social media. She also called for support of citizen journalist Chen Xiushi after he went missing in the middle of covering the epidemic in Wuhan. Geng's friend called her a brave woman.
If prisoners of conscience or outspoken scholars are in trouble, she will speak out for them. She's a courageous, righteous, kind-hearted woman. She's also well aware of what is going on.
Her friends are now drawing attention to her arrest on social media, but one of them told NTD that authorities have been trying to silence them. Their social media accounts were shut down.
The authoritarian system in China works just like this. You can't speak the truth. It's like the story of the emperor's new clothes. You can't say the emperor has no clothes on.
Geng's arrest is the latest example of the Chinese regime's effort to crack down on its critics. Also this week, police arrested a family member of a pro-democracy poet. Over 20 police officers took him from his home this June. Later, police also arrested his wife. The poet has 4 children. Up to now, his friends have had no information on his whereabouts. Changchun and Juliet Song, NTD News.
A new report says Amazon is price gouging on its platform while publicly blaming third-party sellers. The report says Amazon unfairly increased prices of its own products during the pandemic. NTD's Patrick Hayden reports.
Public Citizen's new report says Amazon has been price gouging essential items since the pandemic began and letting its third-party sellers do it too. Amazon raised prices on face masks, toilet paper and antibacterial soap by up to 1,000%.
We are 6 months into this, and you cannot report to Amazon that there's a price gouging problem on their site. It's not a thing. There's no way to do it. And that's ridiculous.
By mid-March, all 50 states had declared an emergency, triggering state price gouging laws across the country. Policy advocate Alex Harmon from Public Citizen says Amazon has tried to convince the world that it was just third-party sellers price gouging.
They're doing it, and they're saying it's other people. So they're pointing fingers at others while they're doing it, and they really have not, for all of their bluster, they have not done anything to stop it.
In a statement to NTD, Amazon said the Public Citizen report sampled just 18 products out of millions of products. Amazon also said it suspended more than 10,000 accounts for attempted price gouging. Harmon says the report only focused on essential products. They weren't concerned with Amazon's other products. A recent court case ruled that state price gouging laws are unconstitutional because they try to regulate prices outside of the state. Public Citizen is lobbying for a clearly defined federal law that includes liability for Amazon and all other online sellers. Patrick Hayden, NTD News.
NASA is looking for companies to mine the moon for resources. The companies would collect rocks and dirt from the moon, then sell them to NASA. The program will be available to both U.S. and international companies. It's part of a technology development program that the agency says will help ensure safe and sustainable lunar exploration in the future. For companies that do win a bid, NASA expects to pay from $15,000 to $25,000 for 50 to 500 grams of lunar material. In New York, over 150 business leaders are calling on Mayor Bill de Blasio to clean the streets and tackle crime. Leadership at big companies like Mastercard, Stanley and Pfizer all speaking up.
New York City business leaders sent a letter to Mayor de Blasio on Thursday. It said there is widespread anxiety over public safety, cleanliness, and other quality of life issues that are contributing to deteriorating conditions in commercial districts and neighborhoods across the 5 boroughs. 163 business leaders signed the letter, including the heads of Mastercard, Morgan Stanley, and Pfizer, as well as leaders of local chambers of commerce. They urged immediate action to restore essential services, which they said was necessary to solve New York City's economic problems. The Big Apple has seen a surge in crime this year. New York Police Department data shows the number of shooting victims has gone up over 97% compared to last year. Trash has also been piling up across New York City after the sanitation department's budget was slashed by over $100 million in June. The business leaders said that unless action is taken soon, people will be reluctant to come to the city, undercutting its economic recovery. De Blasio's spokesman responded to the letter, calling on the business leaders to join the mayor's pleas for more long-term borrowing and federal stimulus.